Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, a.k.a. Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive day. I hope y'all had a great weekend overall, man. I'm enjoying this beautiful Philadelphia weather. Figured I'd tap in with y'all to continue discussing what's going on in the sport of boxing, doing what I do as a media outlet, pushing one of the most meaningful fights of the year, in my opinion. One of the biggest fights to have been made in 2026 thus far, and that is Xander Zayas versus Jaron Ennis is going down June 27th at the Barclays Center. Your boy will be there. And I'm seeing a lot of media outlets talk about it, and I love it because it continues to push the boxing culture forward. But one thing I am noticing is that there's a lot of bigging up of Xander Zayas, as they should, but people are going out of their way, once again, to try to degrade, downplay a black American boxer. I talk about this consistently, man. I just don't understand why these media outlets are doing this shit, man. You know what I mean? Like, when we have a great fight on our hands, when there's two young guys in their prime willing to roll the dice to prove how great they feel like they are, I don't understand why people go out of their way. And I can understand if you picking sides, that's cool. I pick my side. Y'all know I'm rocking with boots, right? Shout out to my Puerto Ricans that's rocking for Xander. You know what I'm saying? The ones from Florida, New York, you know what I mean? All throughout the country. And the ones that are, of course, native to Puerto Rico, right? The ones that's from the island, shout out to them. But I don't understand why you got to dim somebody else's light to try to make somebody shine brighter. That's not how this shit works, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why y'all going out of y'all way to disrespect Jaron Ennis. And Jaron Ennis fans, I don't know why y'all going out of y'all way to disrespect Xander Zayas. I'm going to call this shit straight down the middle, man, because I just seen George over at Mill City Boxing doing whatever he can. And I don't understand how he could say he a Jaron Ennis fan, but at the same time, minimalizing, I think I said that right. Minimalizing what Jaron Ennis has done thus far in his career. That's not what fans do. So I thought that was a complete contradiction. So here I am, Mazuma TV, Marcus Rosa, for those of y'all who don't know. And I'm going to call this shit straight down the middle, and we're going to keep this shit as factual as possible. And when looking at this whole situation, everyone keeps saying that Xander Zayas got the better resume than Jaron Ennis, right? And I don't know what y'all watching. Like I really don't, because when you break this shit down the right way, to me, not even close. Now, I'm going to explain why. And I'm bringing this up for a reason, because like I said, I keep seeing these media guys maximizing everything that Xander does. And he's done some great shit, but at the same time are trying to minimize what Jaron Ennis has done, which I think is completely wrong, unfair. And when you really look at it, it's clear a lot of them either haven't done their research on Jaron Ennis whatsoever, or they know what they're talking about, or they know the facts, but are purposely leaving things out. So let's really talk about it. First, best win for Jaron Ennis. Of course, Eimantas Stanionis. Undefeated, world champion in his prime. And let's not try to rewrite history like these other media outlets do. We're not going to do that, because we remember shit over here. People were saying that fight was 50-50. A lot of people believe Stanionis had a real chance to beat Ennis, and I understood at the time. Pressure fighter, strong, come forward. Stylistically a tough fight for just about anybody in the division at the time. But what did Jaron Ennis do? He ain't edge it, wasn't controversial. He stopped him. Shit like that matters. You see what I'm saying? Xander Zayas, his best win in my opinion, Abass Baraou. Solid fighter, good champion, but not on Stanionis' level in my opinion. Not as proven, not as dangerous. You know what I mean? So that, in my opinion, is advantageous towards Jaron Ennis. Clear to me. Now, top 5 wins. Karen got Stanionis. He got Evanesian, Clayton, Roiman Villa, Chukazan. That's a mix of world champions, undefeated contenders, and legit top 10 fighters. We gonna get into it. Zayas got Baraou, Patrick Teixeira, Slava Spalmer, Jorge Garcia Perez, and Sosa. Good names, but let's be real. More solid pros than elite threats. Teixeira was already past his best, and the rest haven't even proven to be elite, in my opinion. But here's another thing people keep bringing up, right? They'll say Jorge Garcia Perez just beat Charles Conwell, Baraou just beat Yoenis Tellez, and they use that to boost Zayas' resume, and I do too. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about me is that I keep it consistent on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Because we'll be looking at Jaron Ennis. He been doing that. Roiman Villa came off for the biggest win of his career when he beat Rashidi Ellis. And George know about that, but of course he going to leave it out. Undefeated, highly touted, Rashidi Ellis was. And then Romain beat him. So what did Boost do? He stopped Villa. And Stanionis came into the Ennis fight after beating 2 undefeated top welterweight contenders back-to-back. Had real momentum. And that's why a lot of people was picking him. And Boost didn't just beat him. He stopped him. He beat the dog shit out of Stanionis. So that whole Zayas beat guys coming off of the biggest wins of their career narratives applies to Jaron Ennis too, at a higher level, in my opinion. And since we talking about narratives people ignore, people always disrespect Uisma Lima. I know that's the cool thing to do, right? But what they don't tell you is that he was a top 10 contender in a loaded 154-pound division and beat 3 undefeated fighters in a row, 2 by knockout, and did all of that in his opponent's backyard. You don't have to take my word for it. Just go do the research. BoxRec is free for you to access. That matters. So when people try to downplay certain wins to build up or try to build up others and all of that, you got to look at the full picture, man. That's what it means to be objective. Now, championships. Ennis was a unified champion, IBF, WBA, Ring Magazine, had the lineal status. Zayas is a world champion at 54, right? Unified, WBO, and I believe he had the WBA. So I'm saying, so, you know, you got Boots with the Ring Magazine. You got him in the lineal status. That edge also goes to Jaron Ennis. Now, undefeated fighters beaten. Both of them beat 3 undefeated fighters from what I check. I could be wrong, but go check it. So it's a tie. But this is where y'all got to stop looking at numbers and start looking at context, man. Ennis beat Stanionis, an undefeated world champion, Custio Clayton, who was a top contender in the IBF, and an undefeated contender in Armando Alvarez, which I had the pleasure of helping him out during training camp, right? Those are real fights at a high level. Zayas beat Slava Spalmer, great win, solid undefeated fighter. But his other undefeated wins was against 2 guys who were 1-0 apiece, just getting started. That's development. That is not elite competition. So yeah, 3-3, it looked good on paper, but it's not the same. Now, last thing, how these wins have aged, right? Ennis wins still hold weight today in boxing. Stanionis still respected. Evanesian still dangerous. Villa, he fell off. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers knew what he was at the time that he was coming up. While Xander wins haven't really grown. To Shera, already declining. You know what I mean? He probably damn near retired by all now. You know what I'm saying? And didn't even level up after losing. So when you put it all together, best wins, Ennis, top 5 depth, Ennis, championships, Ennis, undefeated wins, tie, but Ennis by quality, momentum wins. Ennis at a higher level, man. Agent of wins, Ennis. So let's stop this narrative right now today. Resume for resume, Jaron Ennis. Xander Zayas is ahead of a Jaron Ennis. Jaron Ennis is ahead of Xander Zayas, clearly. And now the real question is, can Xander close that gap on June 27th? Because if that fight happens, hopefully it does, that it ain't just a fight. That's somebody that's proven versus somebody who has potential. And that's when things get real dangerous, man. You know what I'm saying? So I said all of that to say I brought facts. I brought the actual factuals into the motherfucking building, man. And it's not really hard to research this and come up to this conclusion. This is all information that you could just pull up on BoxRec alone, man. I'm sick and tired of people trying to minimize all of Jaron Ennis' accomplishments, man. Maybe it's because I'm a huge fan of him. Maybe because I have a bit of bias towards him. But, we got to really get rid of this whole angle that motherfuckers is taking in terms of, bigging up Xander, bringing down Boots and all that shit. All right, if y'all want Boots to lose, just say that. But you don't have to downplay what the man has done thus far in his career in order to pick Zayas. Just pick Zayas, acknowledge that it's a great fight, and go about your fucking day. Because when y'all motherfuckers is over here being self-serving, y'all hurting y'all credibility, man. That's what y'all doing, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. This is Marcus Rosa, a.k.a. Mazuma TV, in the motherfucking building. If you appreciated this video, y'all go ahead, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. We going live tonight, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to continue cooking up on what's going on in the boxing world. Until then, I hope you guys have a blessed, beautiful one. I'm up out of here, man. Peace.